Shut up and sit down.
So,
Yeah.
they announced some of the things for Phantom Liberty. Like if you register, so normally, like if you register for whatever their thing, you get some Witcher stuff and all that kind of shit. But when you get
Yeah.
to Phantom Liberty, they're gonna do basically more stuff, but like a weird gun. I'm kind of curious about weird pistol. I mean, the sword just looks like the sword that you
I
use in The Witcher, which it's whatever.
yeah, I like I don't know. This is a horrible example maybe, but like with Bethesda, like, you know, they never like put Fallout shit in Skyrim or Skyrim shit in Fallout.
They
Like
actually
keep your
did.
IP separate,
They
you know?
actually
Like,
did a few times.
oh.
Uh,
Maybe it's just me not knowing that cuz like I love Cyberpunk, but I could not give a fuck about The Witcher.
shoot.
And I hate that if we're getting more content, it's fucking check out our other game content. Cause like I said, I don't give a shit about The Witcher, but I love Cyberpunk, and there's so many great things in that world already they could add that apparently they're probably not going to be doing.
There we go. Skyrim references. Yeah, weird fantasy set for Skyrim you could get in that. There we go. It's like I know
That's
there's a
Creation
fucking
Club.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that was something they made though. God damn, I don't care about that.
Mm.
I know they've done a few references, but I'd have to look around. I fucking maybe this. That's culture references. American Gothic, Andy Griffith. I could have sworn they.
Anyway,
Yeah, but so yeah, so that's one thing. Oh shit, I accidentally closed it. Whatever. So, and then they also announced a pre-order bonus, which is a new Quadra, which really doesn't look like a Quadra. I'm not gonna lie. Looks like a totally different car. But I don't know. Looks neat. I was probably gonna pre-order it anyways, just because everybody's saying that it's not just a DLC; it's actually a full expansion. Apparently, it's supposed to change a lot of stuff to the game, like the base game.
that'd be cool.
Like it's supposed to add more endings to the game. It's supposed to change the UI to make it a little bit more innovative and a whole bunch of stuff. Like they apparently brought back Keanu Reeves to go and voice a whole lot more.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because basically this DLC slash expansion is supposed to take place someplace in the middle of the game. So like it's not like supposed to take place after. So
Right.
So yeah, I'm curious. But basically everybody's saying that it's yes, it's a $30 DLC, but it's also a lot more than that. It's supposed to be basically their biggest DLC they've ever made or expansion they've ever made, and it's supposed to just do a whole bunch of stuff just even to the base game too. So it's not just a you play the DLC and then you're done. Like it changes even the base game too. Encourage going back and playing through.
Huh.
So, and then they did announce the recommended specs for all the stuff. Obviously, this is ray tracing, so I won't really worry about this. But for Ultra, 3080, and then for recommended, for basically medium, it'd be 2060. Yeah, so it's a little bit harder, which I mean, for Ultra, obviously that makes sense. 3080s makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's honestly fine. But yeah, so then they announced the new Ishin game, which had a really funny trailer, just because it basically.
Is it a new Ishin game, or is it? I saw the one where it's, for all intents and purposes, it's Yakuza 7 to me because I don't count Like a Dragon. Like a Dragon doesn't exist to me.
What was it called? Well, damn it. I don't remember. Oh, just one S. Okay, that's why I spelled it wrong. Damn.
Whoa, homie! I just saw your debug console for a minute. Oh yeah, that's Ishin right there.
Oh no, this isn't it. This is.
I recognize that farm.
Dragon? Well,
Yeah, Like a Dragon.
there. So showed.
Oh, gross, dude. Not that it's him naked, but just that it's this fucking guy again. God damn it. It's been 20 years of only Kiryu. I only give Kiryu and Majima. I only give a shit about Kiryu and Majima. I don't give a fuck about this new guy who has schizophrenia.
Yeah, it was really. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about this guy, but it was a very interesting trailer just because it basically had him waking up on a beach just naked and not knowing what the fuck's going on. But based on what everyone, like all the people are obviously, you know, Caucasian or like. I mean, obviously he's not, but like.
Yeah, he looks like he's in Hawaii.
Yeah, like it's.
He got shipwrecked.
They're all speaking English, but he's obviously speaking Japanese, so it's kind of funny. And then, yeah. So we'll see. I mean, this is obvious. This is one of the two games they announced. I don't remember what the other one was.
I think the other one was the actual Yakuza 7. Oh, fuck.
No.
No, they can do that. Just, new Yakuza Kiryu.
We'll just see if that does it. Ugh, God. There's too fucking many of them. It's really annoying, making it really hard to find.
Yeah. New Yakuza Kiryu.
Well, that's just gonna give me something else. Let's see. Let's go to disambiguations. There we go. Really? You're just not gonna give me the fucking series. Damn. Dude.
The Dooku Wikipedia.
Song of Life? No.
No, it's not out yet. That's probably why they didn't do it yet.
It's literally just announced. So there we go. Like a Dragon Gaiden. Apparently they're doing Like a Dragon for everything now.
Well, that's what Ryuga Gogeta means.
But yeah, this is a new one. It's supposed to be about Kiryu.
Yeah, that's Kiryu. At the end of 6, Kiryu took a plea deal with the Japanese government to disappear and stop being Kazumi Kiryu, and now he's a man with no name, and I think he's working as a bodyguard. So yeah.
Neat.
More adventures of Kiryu, yay!
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope Majima's in it. I know he probably will be, because he can't not be.
Most likely, yeah. So.
That wacky one-eyed bastard in his Kansai accent.
So, yeah, those were two big things that I think this wasn't actually at the Xbox one. It was at the other thing that happened.
Probably at the Sony one. I don't think Yakuza games
Sony
are out
hasn't happened yet. It was the actual Summer Game Fest. This was announced?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
I know Yakuza is a Sega thing, but usually they're like on the Sony side more than anything. And like usually,
no.
I don't know how many Yakuza games have been released on the Xbox.
They've actually changed because the other one, God, I wish it would show. So, because this got announced at the Xbox showcase, and obviously it's the same.
Ah.
So, they did say it was for.
Yeah, that's the sequel to Like a Dragon.
Xbox and. Okay, so it will be on. Well, that's Like a Dragon. That'll be, but yeah, it's Infinite Wealth. It doesn't say what consoles it'll be on, but I'm assuming it'll probably be on all because that's just.
There might be new consoles by then. Who knows?
No, it's 2024, so they got a good life yet on the PS5 yet. If anything, they'll probably do the PS5 Pro or some shit like that.
Yeah.
would really be the next iteration. Oh, why is my air off? Whatever.
Trying harder and harder to make consoles as powerful as PCs without making them as expensive as PCs.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. But yeah, so those are some of the big things. Unfortunately, Stalker wasn't there, which I kind of expected it wouldn't be. I'm trying to think what other games. There was some
Stalker gets a pass to me because of all the shit going on in Eastern Europe right now. Like,
yeah, I mean, that's
with that push back those dudes' release date, like I'm fine with that. I get it.
trying to think. Showcase. There was a couple JRPGs I really cared for, like the Persona series. But that's JRPGs. Fable 4, I don't give a shit about because I honestly have never liked the Fable games.
Yeah, me either. Never played them.
I watched someone play them and they did not look good to me. Star Wars, I don't give a shit about because Star Wars is Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm not. I was never into that.
This looked retarded. New flight.
Oh,
sim
dude, Microsoft Flight Sim.
Yeah. Avowed kind of looked interesting. It's a new thing from Obsidian, but I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence because Obsidian's last game was kind of to me.
Yeah, there's Space one that wasn't very good.
Yeah, Forza.
They went.
Okay.
They went cartoony and goofy, and I'm like, don't be cartoony and goofy.
Yeah, like we already have. If you want to like cartoony and goofy, that's fucking Borderlands. Like play
then
that.
make a game for kids.
Yeah. So Forza Motorsport, it's whatever.
I don't give a shit about Forza.
Clockwork Revolution literally just looks like a BioShock sort of game, so it's whatever. It'd be probably really stupid because it's only pre-alpha, so like whatever.
Pre-alpha.
I don't even think there was one for pre-alpha, but whatever. Yeah. Persona.
Is there a game yet?
Yeah.
Or just a cutscene?
Jesus. Am I recording? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Infinite Wealth. I don't give a shit about Overwatch. And then the last thing was really they showed some shit for Bethesda's other game, Starfield, which I also don't care about because it's Bethesda, and I don't want to. I honestly probably would never buy anything Bethesda anymore. Like I would pirate that shit. Or
they're one of the worst.
Yeah, anymore. They've milked the shit out of anything they could get out of Skyrim and fucking Fallout. So I don't care if this is new and all that. Like it's still gonna suck. It's gonna because the new game that just came out was supposed to be really good, and like everyone's like raving about it, but the only thing I see is the fucking armor.
Yeah, the games like Diablo, I'm not. It's never been my kind of game. So
this is $21 bone armor. And like someone like asked me like, yeah, you're gonna buy it at work, and I was like, no, because I'm not buying a game that has $20 armor, like that.
Yeah, dude, Payday 2 does it right. You can buy armor sets in that game for like
$2.
No, dude, less. They're like .03 of a dollar. So like,
and like
they're not even 3 cents.
And like this is literally fucking one set like that. Those you just get a bunch, and it's like okay, yeah. Like people have just gotten so desensitized because that's the thing. He was trying to justify. He's like, yeah, but you don't have to buy. I was like, that's great, but if I buy the game, that just shows that they can get away with it. So no, like.
Yeah, I'm not gonna enable this shitty behavior.
Fucking microtransactions need to die. Like you literally release the game, and then a week later you release this. Like put it in the game for free.
We've introduced legislation against microtransactions, and here this shit is still happening.
Oh yeah, no.
I just keep finding new ways to do it.
Yeah, it's absolutely retarded. So.
Also, Twitch is probably gonna die.
Oh.
I don't know if you've heard about that.
No.
They're cracking down on people independently having their own ads and own like, sponsored streams or doing sponsored streams and doing ad read to them or anything. You're not allowed to do that on Twitch anymore. If you want to have an ad or a sponsorship on Twitch, you have to do it through Twitch so that
What?
Twitch gets a pretty large percentage
Wow.
of the money for that. So
Yeah.
pretty much, I'd say the top biggest like 100 streamers on Twitch have all announced through their Twitters that they're leaving Twitch for other platforms. So
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
yeah, I mean it's even
They-
I saw Moist Critical Charlie, he did a video about it. He's like, yeah, so Twitch is pretty much dead now. I mean, we're gonna find a new place to stream because
Yeah, like,
we can't do any of my streams there anymore. It's like shit. Like you can't have like if I had like a bunch of NOS cans on the shelf behind me, like that would be product placement. You can't do that on your stream anymore.
yeah, especially if like you look at let me stop streaming.
Anyone who streams on Twitch.
So, oh, you can't see mine. So, like, I have my Apex bag there, and like, you can literally read the label Apex.
Yeah, your camera's off for some reason.
It's because we're doing OBS, so
Oh yeah.
it doesn't like to do
How
two
is-
things at once.
Yeah, the way I usually do it, I think I open Discord first and then I open OBS. No,
Yeah.
OBS will record what's on screen, but Discord needs to be open first to take camera priority to turn the camera on. It's
Yeah, it just
fucking
then I have to-
programs, man.
Yeah.
Programs are weird.
Oh yeah, but then I have to keep Discord open at all times, and then I can't do
Yeah.
anything else. So, but yeah, I have my bag for Apex for my scuba gear that I'm trying to sell, which meh.
Yeah, that's not an ad. That's just a brand on a bag that I happen to have in the
Yeah.
background. But
I guess but according to them, it'd probably be product placement because
Twitch is just trying to get their percentage of everyone on who streams on Twitch's money, and it's like, hey,
that's not
you're making enough by having this platform that
Yeah.
you sell ad space on.
That's the thing. As soon as they
That's
dropped it
how
from-
websites work. Oh, as soon as they dropped the streamer split from 80-20 down to 50-50, a bunch of people left, and that was kind of the beginning of the end.
Yeah, so like that's the thing is it's just Apparently Miller said that he's in the Discord with Mike and Tanner, but I don't really care.
Yeah, you and I are podcasting. Maybe I'll hop in there when we're done, but you're probably going to go to sleep soon.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna fucking knock out soon. Like I'm fucking dying. So, but that's fine. Yeah. So there was like that. Fuck.
That's cool. There's at least one cool new game coming out.
What game?
The new Yakuza that's actually about Kiryu.
Yeah.
Not the other one with Ichiban. I hate that dickhead.
Yeah.
Fucking worst pro tag ever.
I'm just curious what they'll do if they'll do the fucking because the last one with him was that turn-based shit. I don't know if they'll do the same thing with him again.
If they do, I won't. If they
I mean, you weren't gonna
Continue to
buy it
make-
anyways.
if they make Yakuza games turn-based, I'm never playing them again.
Well, yeah, no, I don't think they would do it for both. I think that if anything, they might do it for that new guy, but I
Okay.
don't know.
20 years plus of a formula that works that people love.
Oh yeah,
Don't
but
fuck with it.
yeah, but I don't know. It's the same thing with like Final Fantasy. Like you could go and say the same thing with that. Like turn-based has been selling for how many years, but it's I don't know. People still love
Yeah.
the new shit, and I don't get it because like I've talked to you in length about it before. Like
We have talked at length about Final Fantasy. The only one I ever played or liked was 10. I don't know why. It's just the one that came out when I was that age, and I was like, "Oh, that looks cool." And I played it. I've still never beat it. That and Grand Theft Auto 3, two video games in my life I've played like 100 times, and I've never beaten either one of them. I probably never will.
Yeah. Maybe when you get time.
Maybe when streaming is my only job.
Yeah, streaming and working on cars, and then basically it's just waiting on parts to get ordered.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like this year is the year of like the remakes because they announced Final Fantasy IX. Well, they basically
We don't have any new ideas. Let's cash in that retro money.
Final Fantasy IX remake. They went and confirmed, which it was already pretty much like, oh, it's gonna happen, but like now we actually do know it is a thing. There's no pictures of it yet, but it's just there's been a lot more leaked documents, kind of confirming that. And then the new System Shock remake is pretty good actually. It's hard, just because like some of the parts you have to literally go and fucking some of the floors, because every floor is like different enemies kind of.
Yeah.
One of the floors is all robots, so kind of like this. And if you don't, so there's a hidden room you have to find the key for, and then once you go in there, you can disable robot production. So if you don't do that though, and you go to other floors, then robots start spawning there on top of the new enemy types that were already spawning on that level.
And fucking you up.
Yeah, because ammo is very hard to get. It's like you can get it, but it's just, yeah, it's hard. So it's a very unforgiving game, which I kind of like, because it definitely reminds, like, gives that feel of the older games where it's like they're not gonna hold your hand or be nice to you at all. They're just gonna say fucking get better. So it's fun. I mean, it's a very interesting premise of the possibilities of what the future could be, because basically the whole premise is an AI went rogue, and then the AI was running everything on the ship, so it basically made a airborne virus that mutated to people into this, and then it started integrating them into cybernetic like machines. So like it would start using their bodies to power the machines to work for it, and eventually it's trying to use a terraforming gun that the ship has to basically launch it, like fire it at Earth and then destroy Earth, and then throw its virus on Earth to basically recreate the Earth in its own image.
Like in the Matrix, we are the batteries.
Yeah, basically. So it's a very interesting premise. I mean, yes, it's been done, but like it's still pretty good.
Well, it's been done. It was originally done by System Shock.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I like, it's a good remake. I'm glad they did it. Like, it's definitely, there's some things I didn't understand when I first looked at it, that like if you look at certain, I'm trying to see if I can find a good picture. It's kind of hard to, because some of the stuff is like textured badly, but like it's not, it doesn't really take away too much from it. Like, it's kind of weird, but like you get used to it pretty quickly. Hey, look, there's a timeline from when it was the demos to the actual release.
I can't see your screen.
Oh, shit, sorry.
Yeah, you stopped sharing.
There.
Hey,
So,
let me click
yeah.
that.
So,
Oh, that's neato.
yeah, like showing the progression throughout.
The placeholders there, and then you've got finished model yet to be shaded, and then you've got shaded model.
Yeah, because like you can see, like this is obviously not textured very good, but like I don't.
Yeah. Oh, hey, a Bioshock hacking puzzle. How about that?
It's they're hard, man. Like Bioshock's ones were easy. These ones are hard, and you can turn the like various difficulties, like enemy spawns, like puzzles. You can turn all the difficulties up by like intervals of 5, and it's fucking rough. Like I have this shit on normal and it's hard. Some of that shit takes me a little bit. So
Memory serves, the original System Shock was also not an easy game.
No.
Yeah.
Definitely not from what I've seen, because I have watched a little bit, but I mean it's a fun little game. I'm enjoying it. Like, something to do. Between that and the new sim wheel I just got, the G920 or whatever.
29.
Something like that, sure. Just going and enjoying that, which, like I told you guys, it was the game software. The game has software to basically be like, hey, how much braking do you want? And I adjusted that, but I still wasn't getting a lot, even though I mashed the brake. But then I found out that Logitech has their own software that you gotta fucks with, because I was only getting 8% at the very, like, mash down.
Yeah.
So that's why my cars weren't stopping. I was basically having to upshift to go and basically draw out as much inertia.
Engine breakdown.
Yeah, so it was. So once I got those all set up, it's a lot easier. But it is definitely a set of courses is an interesting game just because it's even with the cars that. So every car obviously has a automatic and then, but like I'm doing manual mode, but for like the BMW Z4, it never had regular shifters. It had just paddle shifters. So I can't use my 6-speed shift knob. I have to use my paddle shifters on my wheel. So it's very interesting. It's definitely not what I expected, but I mean, it kind of, it's just adds a touch of realism, I guess. So
Yeah.
it's fun, but gonna stick with that for a little bit, try and get better, because right now as we talked about, the car, the turbo has stopped working, the secondary, so went and we tried ordering that Petite Racing, but something went wrong.
Yeah, they refunded it, never told me any reason why or anything, but I don't know if they like didn't refund the shipping or what, but they only refunded $29.60
Yeah, I
of
mean,
like the $3,000 that it was. I'm like, there's $40 missing here. What the fuck, guys? So,
yeah, I mean, that's whatever.
but yeah, the more I dig into them, the more I don't like what I find. But
Well, it's probably a good thing then they got refunded.
yeah, and then you found the B&R turbo setup, which is
Yeah.
probably a better turbo setup anyway. So.
Yeah, just because I found them through a lot of the forum reviews and stuff, and they.
Yeah.
I have to order it probably tonight or tomorrow. Basically, they take. So it's not the Supreme Edition one, the V3 or whatever. That basically they go and they use their own custom parts for a lot of it. The one I'm getting is because they don't have a V2 or whatever, Gen 2.
Yeah. Stage 1, it's just a a nice stock rebuild of your
so
Hitachi.
Because you send in your old core after you get the new one, and you basically get a refund of a little bit, and then they take any good parts off yours, and then they'll use that into other people's. So it's like, okay, that's fair. Like it's a lot cheaper, and it won't require a lot of, or basically any other new parts, and it should be a really easy swap because it's the same parts. So,
Yeah, it should be a direct swap.
So, yeah, just because it's really, I don't want to spend a lot of money on that. Because I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
on an engine you're not going to keep.
And a car that I can't even get that much power out of anyways. Not because of the car, but because the roads here suck.
Yeah, and the speed limits and the traffic.
Yeah, and the just crazy, which actually ties into the other thing I want to talk about, which was the crazy car laws that Japan has. Like the fact that you can just park on the side of any road and just, you don't have to like put your forward blinkers on or anything. You can just park there and just get out and just walk away. It's totally fine.
That's fucking.
So it's like
That's not safe.
You're driving and then a car, like, yeah, it's on the shoulder of the road, but like obviously the shoulder's not big enough for the whole car, so it just takes a chunk of the
just
road.
In half of the lane still.
So it's like between that and then so I know it's not illegal in some states, but I know it is in others. The weaving through traffic or whatever they call it for motorcyclists and
Lane splitting.
Yeah. So that's a huge thing here where basically what they do is they will lane split the whole way once at a red light, and they'll get to the very front and then they'll go, and it's really dangerous because of that. Because they don't give a fuck. Like, and one other thing to note is that Japanese people aren't required to have car insurance. They have, basically the Japanese government, like they pay taxes and that goes to paying for anything. So, and then
Crazy.
Yeah. So it's only U.S. people here that have to have it. Yeah, it's wild. Between that, you don't have to have your lights on at like during rainstorms or anything. Like in the States, if you have your windshield wipers on, you're supposed to have your lights on. It's not a requirement in Japan. Actually, I mean, you really don't have to have your lights on at all. Because I've definitely driven at night and seen people just driving with no lights on, and it's terrifying because they always drive like the most. Because a lot of people here don't drive fun colors, they drive white, gray, and black, or like
Yeah.
dark blue. So it's colors.
The
that
most
don't-
difficult shit to see.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I can't talk because I do drive a white car, but I specifically look for mine in white because I like the way it looks. But, yeah, speed limits are 100% a guideline rather than a rule. Having talked to other people that have, been pulled over for speeding, literally all that happens is the cop says, please slow down, and then you just go and drive off. Like, no ticket, no warning, no nothing. It's only on base that, you will get written up, and that's different rules than, the rest of Japan. There is no turn left or turn right on red, like at all. So
That's neat.
it's kind of annoying sometimes, just because some of the lights are definitely not programmed right. So like you sit there a lot longer than you normally should. There, I can probably close that. So yeah, that's another thing that's kind of annoying. Trying to think of other big things. There's just so much weird stuff. There's no fast lane or slow lane. People just do whatever lane they want, and typically it's both lanes are really, really slow.
That would drive me nuts, man.
Yeah, I try to not bully people because they don't understand, like Americans do.
Right.
But it definitely is really frustrating, especially because here they have tags that you have to put on your car if you are a new driver or a senior driver over a certain age. And since they're very easy to spot, you can tell if they're a senior driver, and that gets really annoying because it's an old person that probably should be in a nursing home, and why the fuck are they driving?
Right.
So, because basically, even normal age, our age people here just don't have a understanding that I have somewhere I need to be. So it gets very frustrating to just have to sit in traffic all day. But yeah, there's a lot of other things. I'm sure if I looked up some crazy Japan car laws, I could probably find something really wild. Let's see if I
Another time.
Yeah, but yeah, other than that, yeah, there's probably some weird ones I'd have to look up, but yeah, then oh geez, I don't know if you saw a Payday update just got released. It was like 300 megabytes or 300 bytes, so it wasn't
Yeah, it was
too big.
Was it a couple days ago?
Oh, I don't know. I just got a new one today, but I mean I haven't been on in a while, so.
Oh, I didn't know there was a new one today. There was one a couple days ago that broke like all multiplayer, and yeah, it also made it so that having the default file for the program for installing and running mods in Payday is Super BLT, and it made it that the update 3 days ago made it so that Super BLT crashed the game on startup, so there was no way to even open the game to see that your mods were out of date and causing a conflict. So yeah, they fucked up 3 days ago when they put out that patch that broke the game in many ways. Yeah, but yeah, hopefully that gets fixed, and
Yeah, that'd be fucking
Yeah.
nice, because
yeah, I've been playing a little bit the past couple days. I just deleted the main file for Super BLT and my game launched, but yeah, it was like 2 or 3 days ago now. Miller and I tried to play, and I kept sending him invites, and he's like, I click these, and they're just not doing anything. They're just
Oh,
just
damn,
doing
okay.
they're just doing nothing. I was like, that's fucked.
Jesus, yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, I saw a couple of YouTubers talking about how Payday's broken now. They're like, yeah, hopefully they don't just leave the game as abandonware since the new one's coming out in a couple months.
Yeah, no, I don't think they will, because like they've been doing so much content. Like even now, they just released a patch. Like I'm sure they'll fix it. Like they understand that their community isn't literally gonna immediately like everyone's same day gonna be able to afford a new game, new Payday. Like people are gonna have to wait till sales and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we are not all going to jump ship immediately. I'm going to be hesitant for a while because I remember what like hot ass Payday 1 and 2 were upon release, and I
Also, I mean, there's just not.
no offense to Overkill, but like given their track record of like how their games look and play and run, I'm not super stoked for their newest one just yet. I need to I need to see it look substantially better than Payday 2, a 10-year-old game, for me to be like excited about it. If it's anything like that fucking Crime Boss Rockay City where it just looks like a Payday clone. Like not even like a current reiteration of Payday. It is like it looks like a Payday 2 clone from 10 years ago. Crime Boss Rockay City. It's the one with Michael Madsen and Chuck Norris and Danny Trejo and everything. Like that game looks real fucking identical to Payday 2, and I know that studio is most of the people who used to work at either Overkill or Starbreeze. I can't remember, but basically a bunch of the Payday 2 devs left and started their own company and released that game, which is basically just Payday 2 with celebrity voices.
Yeah, I can see because Michael Madsen, Chuck Norris, Danny Trejo, Danny Glover, Michael Rooker,
Yeah.
Kim Basinger, Vanilla Ice, and Damien Poitier.
That guy's Chains. Yeah, Damien Poitier is the face and voice of Chains. He's also the actor who played Chains in all the live action stuff. But yeah, there's a bunch of there's like two competing Payday-like games right now. One of them is Payday 3, and one of them is Crime Boss Rockay City. And if they're exactly the fucking same, I'm probably just not gonna buy either one. I'll keep playing Payday 2.
Yeah, they don't even have a link for in-game studios, so I have no idea what they've ever even done.
This is the first thing that I know of.
Gross.
But yeah, like I said, Payday 3, when it does come out, like, it's been like 13 years, man. There better be like a considerable graphical jump.
They do have gameplay out. They went and had a whole trailer for it during the Xbox showcase, so.
Does it look 13 years better than Payday 2?
I don't remember, honestly. I watched it last night, so.
Yeah, all right. I'll check it out probably after the podcast.
Yeah, that's fine. So, I mean.
What was the other thing you wanted to talk about?
Oh, yeah. So that kid that I took to Tokyo,
Yeah.
he really let a bombshell drop. Which is fine because I have an overkill, and their thing is a bomb. So there's a little like not work group chat, but like a little like guys group chat that I send them memes and like other shit. And because it's Pride Month, they changed the theme to Pride, and then sent a bunch of like old 2000s like memes, but they were like gayified, quote unquote. And
I don't understand this context.
so they sent a bunch of them, and I was just like, haha, funny. Well, apparently this kid got so offended. So the last one was, oh god, what the fuck was it? Hold on, let me see if I can find what exactly it said. It was a T-shirt that literally said, nope. Oh, don't mess with parents of trans kids. And it literally just has like a tiger like roaring on it. So like just really goofy fucking shirt. And he replied,
some real 2007 meme culture right there.
Yeah. And his kid fucking said, "This really makes me want to put a bullet through my own brain matter." And then we sent a bunch of other really gay like Navy Sailors memes of like dudes kissing dudes and in their fucking dress blues and shit like that. Well, apparently he got so offended, he left that little chat. And I was like...
You should print out and have him route a hurt feelings shit.
So, I didn't realize he left because I never checked the little chat because it's... whatever. But, so...
Yeah, it seems like really non-based, pretty cringe memes,
Yeah,
so...
Yeah.
I wouldn't be in that one that much anyway.
Like I post my shit and like that's about it. But yeah, so he went and fucking got all butthurt and left, and then I was like, oh yeah, do you see the thing I sent in the group chat like about some new Sonic thing? Because like he only likes like 4 things,
Sonic.
and Sonic is one of them because it has such deep lore that.
Oh man, this kid sounds like he got the tism.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's a mega. But so he was
You
like,
need
no.
to stop talking to this dude.
Yeah, well, trust me, I would love to, but for some reason he imprinted on me. I don't know why.
It's the worst, man. This
So-
never leave you alone now.
Yeah, I know. So he was like, "Yeah, no, I didn't see it because I left your chat," and I was really confused. I was like, "Why did you leave the chat?" And he was like, "Because you guys kept posting all this gay shit. I don't want to see that." And I was like, "Dude."
Pride Month.
I was like, I literally said, I was like, "Yeah, it's Pride Month. Like, it's whatever."
Yeah.
Man. And he's like, "Yeah, if I had my way, I would go somewhere I would never have to see any of that."
We're gay and we're proud.
And it was so awkward. It was so like, holy shit!
Cringe.
You are younger than me, and you are intolerant as fuck. You are like full.
It's as cringe as watching The Office.
Yeah,
That's cringe.
yeah. So I was like, I didn't know what to say. So thankfully, my LPO came in because he loves to smoke, and for this conversation, he had to pull me into the smoke room, where no one else really goes. And I was like, this is so weird.
I'd be in there smoking.
Yeah, I mean, but like, yeah. So he left. We like me and the LPO left, and I was like, I need to go anywhere else. Like, I can't deal with this.
I want to be away from this bigot.
And
Post haste.
I've literally told everybody now. Besides him, like I've pulled everybody to like the side and be like, "Yo, you gotta fucking hear this," and they're like, "No fucking way," because like he's super homophobic when he's sober, and like he reported me because someone else made a joke about raping him in his sleep, and it's like in his own room, and I'm like, yeah, we're gonna break into your room to rape you, and so he reported me even though I didn't make the joke, which is funny. But whenever he gets drunk, he gets super handsy with the really big burly dude.
He's in the closet.
And someone else fucking mentioned like, oh yeah, it's like he always mentioned his brother and how much his brother fucks and like how he wants to be like his brother. And it's basically we were like, oh my god, he basically views his brother as Andrew Tate. Like, man, I wish I could be, if I could be anybody, I'd be my brother. And like, it's just so fucking awkward.
Dude, I wish I could crush pussy like Andrew Tate.
Like but yeah, basically, but like.
Andrew Tate's a human trafficker. No one should want to be like him.
So it's absolutely fucking hilarious that we all like collectively agreed that that's definitely like how he views life. Because any woman that's ever nice to him, he basically gets the "oh, she must like me" sort of thing. But it's like, dude, you look like you haven't showered in weeks. Your hair looks like you could like the
Speaking of
invade or fucking your hairline.
Speaking of fucking incels and women, so I was watching Top Gear since the last time we talked, which was like 3 a.m. for me last night, which I stayed awake all day to try to fix my sleep schedule. And I was watching, it was the Bolivia special where they go to South America and Bolivia, and Jeremy Clarkson was talking about the Atacama Desert and how it's the driest place on earth, and to myself I was like, except for Ben Shapiro's wife's pussy.
If your wife,
That's the only place on earth drier than the Atacama Desert, where it has never rained and there is no life, not even on a cellular level.
Let's just say hypothetically. Oh my god, that shit was. Yeah, so like we all collectively agreed, like, holy shit. And we were thinking, like, because we have a guy named Rambo who's an openly gay, like really flamboyant black dude.
I think I know Rambo.
I mean, he was at San Diego with us.
Yeah.
So he's on
Rambo.
my team, and we asked him, and we're like, does he talk to you ever? And I don't remember if he like. I don't think he really ever talks.
Yeah, I remember Rambo. Rambo's like a 5'6", stocky black dude.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I remember Rambo.
yeah, yeah. He's on my team, so
Nice. He's a good dude.
yeah, he's cool. Like, we talk a lot. But yeah, it's fucking so that whole thing was like, holy shit. We all realize now like why he is the way he is. And it's gonna be great because he's about to go to a destroyer. Like, they're gonna find out he fucking hates.
He's in the closet gay,
Yeah.
and then
Like,
projects that through homophobia. Oh man,
they're gonna like, yeah. His only safe place is gonna be his rack.
I don't know who this kid is, but I can tell already just based on those character traits, he's definitely white.
Yeah.
And probably in his early 20s, and I'm guessing he came from somewhere in the Midwest or the South.
So he lived in, according to him, he lived in Alaska and California, but never hunted or fished in Alaska, which would explain a lot.
Yeah, 'cause he's gay.
And
No, nothing. Not there's anything wrong with being gay or anything wrong with hunting or fishing. It's just that they're usually mutually exclusive events. I don't know too many gay dudes who are like, yeah, I shot 4 elk this season. Like, I've just never had gay dudes talk about that.
No. So it's one of those things like, man, you are really lucky you lived in California. Like, you never left your house in California, and when you were in boot camp, or not boot camp, when you were in California for basically A school, that it was COVID, so you were never allowed to leave base. So
Yeah.
because if you had
Dude,
left base,
we
you
had
beaten up.
We had so much fun in San Diego during peak gay season. We all went to Pride. We got super hammered. I got free Sony earbuds from a dune buggy. Like, we drank Fireball out of a Gatorade bottle. It was mad hoorah shit. It was awesome. I have a whole gallery on my Facebook from Pride 2016. It was such a party, dude. We all went to Target and bought like the gayest shirts we could find.
Hell yeah.
And I remember Sir Brant like tore the sleeves off of his and then like tied it in a knot for a little bit. And then Mike Lee had his gold booty shorts on for Pride. That actually belonged to Kelly's at the time boyfriend. And I was just like, hell yeah, bro, we party hard. I remember some of Pride. I think there was after the Pride parade, there was like a Lady Gaga concert in the park that we were all going to go to. We were all so fucking blitzed and hammered that we just went back to base and slept.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, San Diego's fucking wild.
Yeah, we're just drinking Fireball all day in the sun with like no sunscreen on. We just got super fucked up and dehydrated. Yeah. So bad for you.
Yeah, it was.
Those were better times.
Those were fun times, I will say.
It was super fun times, yeah.
Like, if we get a chance, I'd like to just go back just to go visit fucking Hillcrest again.
Oh, dude, Devin always wants me to come back to San Diego and just like hang out with him, and I'm like, I can't just like leave my life for like a weekend.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah, cause, like,
you know,
it is a drive you can make, but like it's a drive you want to make. Not really.
No, he offers to fly me all the time because he works for airlines and gets like an allotted amount of free flights, and he's like, I'll fly you down, like come hang out. I'm like, dude, I can't. You know how much I hate accepting anything from anybody. I could not accept a flight from anybody ever. I know how much those fucking things cost. I've flown across the country.
I mean, it wouldn't be so bad from Washington to San Diego because that's not super far.
Yeah, like a small airline from like Bellingham to San Diego, like that wouldn't be awful. But like, yeah, I'd do that if anything, if I ever did. So like, I'm not driving my truck down to Seattle and leaving it in long-term parking. Fuck that. It'd be like $85 in parking for like 3 days. Like, fuck that. If it's even still there when I get back, it's not fucking gone.
Yeah, that I don't know. That's just now. So
yeah. Now there was something else you wanted to talk about too. The gun amendment, 28th Amendment.
Oh yeah.
Good. Here's my gun.
Jesus. So
I'm not one of those people who needs a gun around him all the time. I'm just really lazy, and I usually end up just setting it on the couch. And that's where it stays. That's the place for the gun in this house. It's in the middle couch cushion.
Jesus. Yeah. Here.
It's been sitting there for months. I built that gun like a year ago. I've never fired it.
So.
Hey, Overkill Software. Yeah.
Yeah. So Yeah, Governor, whatever, Rose's 20th Amendment. So,
Governor Newsom, more like Governor Newcomb. It's pride, bro. We're gay and we're proud.
fair enough. So, I know a lot of people are going to hate this because they hate any kind of change to it, but one, I will state that something needs to change because the amount of gun violence that happens is absolutely bananas. If you look at...
Hold on, though. Before we get started, proposes historic 28th Amendment to the United States Constitution to end America's gun violence crisis. It won't.
No.
But we have to do something.
Yeah, that's the thing is...
It's fucked up.
Let's go to 2022. Gun Violence Archive. Live Archive. Yeah, it's pretty. January to June. There we go. So, deaths. So, it has only been increasing since...
Hey, look where most of those are. In the South.
In the
That's
South.
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, a surprising amount in California, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, it kind of makes sense. In Los Angeles. That's the Los Angeles.
A lot of this is suicides by gun, though.
Is it?
Well, yeah, see down there, this is suicides by gun is the top one with like the second most people in it. The chart
okay.
under the picture.
I'm trying to see where. I see
The chart under the pictures.
Under the picture here.
No, right below that. Yeah, that chart right there.
Oh, okay. Now I see.
Yeah.
Okay, I was looking up here. I see some stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously there is going to be some. Unfortunately, people that are in a bad mental state will find other ways. Having tried multiple times, I did not need a gun to try.
Same.
So
I haven't tried since I've had a gun.
yeah.
Weirdly enough. It's like, hey, here's the easy button. Like, I don't want to anymore.
But
What's funny to me, not funny haha, well, a little bit funny haha, is there are more unintentional shootings than there are defensive shootings.
yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's injuries, so it's willful, malicious, or accidental. So it's just people that lived getting shot.
Yeah, I was looking straight at the bottom. There's defensive use, and then there's unintentional shooting.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
It's like, what happened? Like, I was cleaning it and it just went off. Like, you were cleaning it with bullets in it.
I mean, that is a thing. People are pretty dumb.
Yeah, it's like, I was cleaning it, it just went off. I'll never believe that. You don't clean a gun with bullets in it, dickhead.
You shouldn't, but people do. Dumb.
The first thing I do before I do anything with this gun is I take the magazine out.
Yeah, and then
I rack the slide back so that the bullet comes out of the chamber, and then I take it apart to clean it.
Yeah, but people are dumb.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can clearly see even by just willful and malicious accidental, so it is all deaths. But it has in a span of 6 years, it has increased by it has increased by 5,000, which is a pretty big amount. Like, and then even teens, if you look, like that's not quite double. Like that's almost double. Like it's definitely gotten worse. Like there is statistical evidence to prove that it has gotten worse, and with the way
we're looking at it.
Like the way the economy is going, I don't see it getting any better. Because obviously, suicides by guns are influenced by many variables. But I would say money is a huge variable that does influence people's mental state. So
absolutely. We have a lot of crises in this country which
aren't all getting fixed, but there are some getting fixed slowly.
It's not where I was going. We have a lot of crises and differences in this country that, like man always does, we have decided to decide with guns, whether it be the argument about guns or whether it be killing yourself with a gun or killing other people with a gun or being one of the people who makes the argument over pro-gun, anti-gun their entire personality. And it's just
which is what we need to kind of steer away from, is because that when you give guns more rights than the people that
Guns have more rights than women.
more rights than children.
Yeah.
Because there have been actual Twitter posts by politicians posting that what was it? It was a picture.
Politicians only care about children up to the point that they're born.
Yeah, and after that, they don't matter. And
Yeah.
they don't want kids to be raised on any kind of quote unquote gay propaganda, so they'd rather have the kids killed and shot and killed.
The woke mind virus,
Which
he said from the passenger seat of his Dodge Ram.
yeah, so it's very absolutely wild. But yeah,
Hey, babe,
so
there it is.
it has gotten worse. So going back to it, obviously, our statements aren't including, basically any of the stuff that people that are kind of crazy believe.
Yeah.
Like conspiracy.
Raising the minimum age, I support that shit. I also support raising the minimum age to join the fucking military. You shouldn't be allowed to do that shit when you're 17, almost 18. That's fucked up. It's fucked up to make kids decide on college and a life path at that age.
Because
You can't make decisions at that age. I fucking couldn't.
I couldn't make really good decisions till I was like 23. Even till then. So yeah.
I feel like I'm finally starting to make good decisions.
I've definitely slowly started.
Yeah.
I feel like where I'm at now. I'm pretty good. But
Yeah, it had to happen sometime. Fuck, I turned 30 like a couple days ago, so I had to start making good decisions finally.
But yeah, definitely not 18. Like 18, you're still a child in mindset. Like I don't care if you are a legal adult. Like you are still a child in mindset. You still have not adapted fully from the school mindset to the regular job, dealing with regular people problems mindset.
Yeah, dude, we decided 18 was an adult when like people only lived till about like 58 and then they died of a heart attack. Like and that was just the way people went out. It wasn't like, oh, he had a heart attack suddenly. It was just like, yeah, heart attack, it happens. Like it was just how most men died.
Yeah. Then the second thing was mandating universal background checks, which, yes, I do agree with, because really you can go and we can ban a lot of guns, but at the end of the day, if a dangerous person with malicious intent can buy a gun, he will use that whatever gun he can purchase to use it for malicious intent.
Timothy McVeigh carried out a massacre with a truck full of fertilizer.
Yeah,
psychos find a way.
Exactly. So while we can never fully truly get rid of it, unless we basically go the route of basically every other normal, I would say standardized country in the world, where the only people to have guns are hunters. And
You can say it. The civilized world.
yeah. Basically the only people that can have guns are hunters. Then it will never truly get rid of it, because people always find a way to get through things. It's just how the nature of things are.
Hey, do just like patrolling policemen in Japan have guns?
I don't think so.
You ever just like seen a beat cop walking?
No,
Or like
usually no.
or like been pulled over? Because like I feel like I remember seeing cops just like walking a beat in Japan and like they didn't have any weapons on them.
I don't think so.
Like that's so different than America, where the cops look like they're about to go play airsoft.
Apparently they do. It's called a new Nambu.
Oh, Nambu. That's yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's 38 special, basically. Okay.
Yeah.
Eh.
That's what fucking American cops had up until like the 70s.
Yeah, basically when the California fucking thing happened, where they basically had
That was in the 90s. But what happened in the 70s, as far as I know, is that the FBI was carrying 1911s, 45s, but then they were like, these guns have too much recoil. We want a different gun, and then they came up with a whole new cartridge. Smith & Wesson did just for the FBI, 40 Smith & Wesson.
Yeah.
Or as most people call it, 40 short and weak, because it's just It's like a 45, but not as big and not as powerful. But it's bigger and more powerful than at the time 9mm, but not modern 9mm. And so they had all these 40 Smith & Wesson guns, and a bunch of police departments were like, "Well, the FBI has those. We want those." And then that was kind of the start of it.
Yeah, it's kind of how things go.
Yeah.
But
The idea of like a detective carrying a 44 Magnum, like Dirty fucking Harry, is just ridiculous to me. I don't think that's some shit. I don't think that's some shit that like ever actually happened outside of a Clint Eastwood movie.
yeah, no, it was all fiction.
Definitely not in fucking San Francisco either. So, fucking.
Because that's the same as... Oh God. There was actually a show that you just reminded me of that I saw on... When I was at the gym, it was on the television. And it was an American TV show because all the actors were speaking, normal American English. White people's English.
The
But
white man.
essentially, they were two FBI agents or detectives or whatever you want to call them, solving crimes. But
Two cop guys.
no, two cop women, and
Oh,
they went.
two lady cops.
They went to go and stop this assassination of a politician. But
Yeah, just two lady cops by themselves going to stop an assassination.
So they found out
That's American TV for you.
They found the assassination was going to happen on the roof of this nearby building. So they drove from the police station to the scene of where the person was going to be.
They didn't radio for backup once.
No, they did not actually.
They never told anybody else about this.
No,
just them.
No, they knew.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, only they went though. Like they were in a police station when they found out it was going to happen.
So dumb. American cop shows are AIDS.
It was a 1960s. Yeah, it was a 1960s Camaro.
Oh, nice. It's like Hardcastle and McCormick.
I'm trying to see if I can find the...
Put in Hardcastle and McCormick. I think they were lady cops. Rockford Files? No, Rockford was a PI. He had a bitchin' gold Trans Am.
What did you say it was?
Hardcastle and McCormick. Oh, there you go.
Funnily enough.
Oh, no, that's different. Never mind. Hardcastle and McCormick were not lady cops. Never mind. Email cop show.
Trying to see if I can find out.
Oh, it's a new show set in the 60s.
No, it is not. They just drive a retro cop car. Like a vintage cop car. I don't know what the fuck it was. Oh god,
Is it a new show though?
I'm assuming because it was on the television.
Yeah, well, the fucking shit wasn't on like.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look and find it, but it was absolutely stupid because they drove this with no police lights or anything on.
Yeah. Blue lights? Blue lights sounds like some shit. Like Chicago PD. Yeah, that looks AIDS. That looks like... that's British.
Yeah, it's British. That's the thing. This is American.
The only cop shows I've ever liked are like Miami Vice, because obviously that was some fake shit. And, fuck. What was the other one? I didn't really like Nash Bridges, which was Don Johnson's other show where he was a cop and had a cool car. Mm-hmm. Where Cheech from Cheech and Chong was his partner on that show. Yeah. Totally different. Nah, this is like the most 90s show you've ever seen, Nash Bridges. And, fuck, what was the other cop show I liked?
Yeah, I can't find it. I don't remember what it was
I
called.
like True Detective. I like that because that was always like a weird kind of abstract mystery, and I like weird abstract mysteries.
Yeah, especially the first season was fantastic.
Don't get me wrong. I don't like cops or cop shows, but when I watch something like True Detective and these guys are just like figuring a case out and shit, I'm like, fuck, I want to do that. I think I'd be really good at that.
Yeah, actually doing their job.
Yeah, and then you watch some shit. You watch True Detective, and you're like, "Holy fuck, dude! Cops are so fucking smart." And then you see like the first 48, and it's always like a fat, balding, greasy dude who's like on his third divorce and like up to his ass in credit card debt. And he's always like, "Well, we picked up a minority. Fucking, I hope he admits to something because we got no leads and none of us know how to do an investigation."
And he broke his arm, forcing handcuffs on him.
Yeah, we shoved him into the police car and he broke his jaw on the roof. Like, I don't think that happened. I think you guys roughed him up at the station, but whatever. Yeah. The first 48, dude. If you had any faith in the justice system, you could watch like 2 episodes of the first 48, and then you're like, I have none anymore. Literally none.
Oh yeah, no, it died a long time ago.
But anyway, gun control.
Yeah.
My entire beliefs on gun control pretty much stem from Jim Jeffries' stand-up bits about gun control, which he has admittedly said some of the statistics he just made up, but
I mean, another good one to follow, which like I posted in our little group chat like many months ago, was Jon Stewart actually going and talking to somebody about it, and it was really funny to watch Jon Stewart get absolutely just pissed off at this guy, because it's only a little clip of the whole interview, but it ends with him saying, "So, you just are telling me that you believe that guns have more fucking rights than kids." And then the guy is trying to, take it back, and the guy's like, no, that's what you're saying. And it was absolutely hilarious to watch this guy just get fucking destroyed, because...
I mean, Jon Stewart is who he is. He's a vulture like the rest of them. He's made a career long living off of political commentary and being inflammatory. I mean, he's just...
Yeah, but he does do his... I would say he does do his due diligence, because of what he did for... He does do...
I believe his researchers do. I don't believe he's doing it. I believe someone's doing it for him and he's reading the shit they write for him, but...
No, just because of what he did for the first responders of 9/11. I mean... Like, I don't think he really goes and gets people to do the hard labor for him. Because that...
You know who was a hero on 9/11? Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know, when 9/11 happened, Steve Buscemi walked back into the firehouse he used to volunteer at in New York and just volunteered to clear rubble at Ground Zero for like, I don't know, like a couple weeks straight. That was all he did. And it was strictly volunteer. He didn't want to get paid for it or anything. So, Buscemi.
But, yeah.
Gun control, right.
Yeah, so... And then after mandating checks, it was instituting reasonable wait period for all gun purchases. So basically, no more of the certain guns you can go in and buy and walk out with same day, which really is good, just because that would prevent crimes of passion, where you...
Yeah. That bitch is cheating. I went and bought a gun. Now I'm gonna kill her.
Yeah, and like... Typically, people...
That'll fix all your problems.
Typically, people have a cooldown period that, if they have to wait a week or two, they'll cool down enough to make more reasonable decisions.
Nah, fuck 2, dude. Make it 6 months.
I mean, well, I think it's like 2 weeks now. I don't know what... that's the thing. If it was
I'm
6
pretty
months,
sure it's 2 weeks.
But, 6 months, absolutely fine. Even that, because then people that, love guns.
Six months down the line, you get a phone call. You're like, oh fuck, I bought a gun 6 months ago. Oh shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Forgot I did that.
Is people will go and reconsider. Like, okay, do I really need this gun? Because I won't have it for 6 months. Because I'm all for having hobbies. It's just there's really only one argument to and no offense to Tanner, I love that guy, but to be someone like Tanner who has a surplus of guns is fuck off, I like guns. I think they're neat. I like shooting them at targets. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's cool.
But then we get people on the other end of the spectrum of, I want to have gun because my forefathers say so, and in case policemen want to come try and kill me. That's very... Yeah. You've gone off the deep end, and honestly, some therapy would probably maybe help you if you trust your therapist.
Oh yeah, no. The gun problem in America, it's not entirely the gun's fault. It's a mental health crisis, and
we've just kind of...
It's more of a societal problem, and the incel dudes, not disenfranchised, but sort of for upset. It's synonymous with upset. Disgruntled young white men who are, disgruntled at society, refuse to seek help.
Yeah.
Because they think it makes them weaker. If they're dude, I've been to therapy a lot.
it makes you a better person because you figure out what's wrong
Yeah.
with you, and then you,
I mean, that said, BoJack Horseman helped me a lot to understand myself better than any therapist ever has.
I mean, some
moving on.
I mean, therapists are also human, so it is, you will get bad therapists.
Yeah, there's good and bad, just like like any doctor.
But there definitely is good to doing that. People in America going and basically treating guns like their own children is not a good thing. Just because it's then you're putting the rights of the.
I don't need therapy. That's pussy shit. Okay, but you'll buy Andrew Tate's fucking book, won't you, dickhead?
Yeah, or watch his tweets.
Just
it also kind of falls into the
bullshit ass videos.
It also falls into this. I mean, the people that say that it is not the gun's fault is basically trying to protect it like a helicopter parent.
Yeah.
Just because it's.
I mean,
yes, it wasn't the gun that did it, but it was the fact that the gun was obtained legally and used legally to commit crimes with everything done, every step of the process done just the way, the law had intended. So it's something needs to change, even if that means banning certain guns, which brings into the last one, banning civilian purchase of assault weapons that serve no other purpose than to kill as many people as possible in a short amount of time. Weapons of war our nation's founders never foresaw. And that's
true. That's true. That's like we talked about this the other day, and I said, like, can you imagine trying to explain to Thomas Jefferson, number one, what the fucking AR-15 is, and then number two, to explain to him that young American, mostly men, are using them to like kill kids in schools.
To kill kids in schools. What was it, last week? A mother went and knocked on a person that lived by her house door because basically this lady went and just used the N-word all across this young 6-year-old girl, and this girl was distraught, reasonably so she told her mom, and her mom went to the house and be like, what the hell? And the lady not even answering the door, as soon as the knock happened, just shot the mother through the door, killing her.
That's fucked up, man. That dude, like, at some point, like, when does the American judicial system decide to like hold Fox News culpable for some of this shit? Like, you can't stir up in rage and frighten old white people this much and then have them react this way to like black people knocking on their door.
Yeah.
And not be at fault for inciting this panic. Like, you can't yell fire in a theater, you can't yell bomb at an airport, but goddamn it, you can go on Fox News and you can tell old scared white people that the race war is happening and they need to shoot black people. Like, what the fuck, man? This shit's not okay.
Yeah, so the shit is definitely, it's been out of hand for a while, and I'm glad that I don't know if this amendment will go anywhere. I hope it does, because it is a reasonable one. It is not outlandish at all.
Right now, a lot of the, I guess, climate in America right now reminds me a lot of like the early 90s when all that shit was happening, like Ruby Ridge and Waco, and then Timothy McVeigh blew up, the federal building in OKC, and fucking the Killdozer happened, and the North Hollywood shootout happened. Like, there's a lot of just big feelings right now, and I don't know if it was that they went away for a while, or if it was just that like 9/11 happened and brought us all together. But I know full auto got banned in like 87, and maybe it's time to take away like semi-automatic. Like, maybe you want to be a mass shooter, work that bolt action, you fuck,
So I believe. Okay, here we go. So it was.
Bill.
Yeah, he actually did sign in some. So the assault weapons ban expired on 2004, but it pointed out by 1999 of the more than 2,000. Okay, whatever. So yeah,
the Brady Bill.
Saying, yeah,
I think that happened after Columbine. I think that happened after Columbine. I don't remember exactly when Columbine happened. 97, I think. Columbine. No, it was before Columbine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Columbine was 97, right? Columbine 97? I feel like it was.
But yeah, this was played a role in passage of 1994. Yeah, the federal assault weapons ban. So yeah, so prohibition for civilian use certain semi-automatic that defined as assault weapons, as well as certain ammunition magazines that were defined as large capacity. It was 10-year one that expired in 2004. So basically, we've been seeing it. It's just now that it's expedited because people are just kind of. It is also paired with people looking for their 5 seconds of fame, where we don't name the victims, we name the perpetrator by name, so
Just
they get that.
Bad people so desperate for some kind of recognition in this
I know,
society,
it's
man.
really dumb. So I hope that this new law passes and that we see some good from it, because it's one, we've been a joke as a country, and I don't care if you respect other countries' opinions of us, but we're not
some kind of meaningful change.
We're not the main characters in the world. Like
No, not since the 50s.
like if
We
things
tried to
get-
prolong our arc with that Cold War bullshit. It's whatever.
like if things get bad enough, other countries will stop going and will start warning people to not come here. Countries will stop doing business with us because they just don't want to deal with it. So hopefully we see some good from that. It would be nice.
We may yet see a day when America becomes the third world.
I mean, we're basically already there because we're the only,
There's a lot of parts of America that are very third world if you go visit
especially
them.
the healthcare system. But I don't really want to get into that because that's a whole long drawn out thing.
It's more about the mental health crisis. So
Yeah,
mental health, and the key word there being health.
yeah, health that's available. Because there's a lot that can go into that. But long story short, we're the only first world nation in the world that doesn't have universal health care. Somehow everyone else makes it work, but we can't.
We choose not to.
Yeah.
We privatize medicine, and that's big business.
Oh yeah, that's why
Pharmaceutical companies, buddy.
insulin costs $300 for a thing.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
You're depressed? That sucks, man. Take these pills. Your life's not going to get any better, but these will make you numb.
Yeah.
They might also make you shoot up a school.
Or make you addicted to them for the rest of your life and ruin your life. But
I shouldn't have yelled that this late at night. I have neighbors.
but yeah, so I do hope that this passes because it would be really good for the United States to.
I would also like to see some meaningful change.
Because yes, I do like guns. I do have a list of about 20 guns I would love to buy. If I can.
I've owned a few. I still own one. I'd like to own some more, barring the financial freedom to do so. I mean,
yeah.
I don't have anybody to go shooting with though, or anywhere to go shooting. So, yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. I want to own guns purely because they are guns that were in video games, like the Resident Evil 2, Samurai Edge. I want to own. I have a BB gun or pellet gun, I guess it is. Airsoft gun. The airsoft gun.
Airsoft, little plastic BBs.
Version, but I'd like.
Those things hurt though.
Oh yeah, this is a gas one, so it does hurt.
I used to do airsoft when I was a young one. My brother had a fucking Tokyo Miri MP5.
Yeah, those are nice.
It would leave welts on you if it hit you. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, no, it's like this gas one. If it bounces off the wall and comes back, it'll leave a welt on you from the rebound.
The ricochets will fuck you up.
So.
Airsoft's dangerous.
Oh yeah, but I would like to own the real versions of it just because of the video games. But if I can't because of obvious laws for the proposed safety, then that's absolutely fine with me because it's. Safety is honestly a lot more important to me, and I'm not worried about the police coming for my stuff. That's not gonna happen. Sorry to say, in the big old state of the world, there's a lot bigger
No
problems.
one's coming to take your guns. This isn't a 1930s Jewish ghetto in Germany. No one's coming to take your shit and put you in a camp.
Yeah.
Fucking relax, dude.
Yeah, the state of the world is a lot bigger than what most people realize. So there's
a hell of a lot of people in America who've never been outside of it who don't believe that the world exists outside of America. But I assure you it does.
Yes, trust me.
It very much does.
It's America's such a small, insignificant piece in the whole puzzle of the world that there's so much more to see. It's a shame that more people can't go and see that. Like if you were in Europe, you drove 5 hours, you'd be in a whole nother country with a whole nother language. You can't do that in America, which is nice and then not nice in other aspects because you're not getting a full on different culture. It's
dude, the cultural epicenter of most Anglo society is like the geographic size of the Northwest, or sorry, the Northeast.
it's so
Yeah,
yeah.
you go from like Maine to Tennessee. Like, well, that's all Europe, buddy. That's all of it.
yeah.
It's like 9 countries in there.
And then you're not getting different dialects or anything like that. You're getting full on different languages, full on different lifestyles and everything. And it's
Totally different cultures. Yeah.
so it's definitely a nice thing to that for the people in Europe, but it's a shame that people in America don't get that because of how expensive it is to fly and all that, and
Yeah.
people just get their priorities in the wrong thing. Unfortunately, people in America have prioritized guns. Guns and religion are the two big priorities of Americans. Thankfully,
We'd be a lot better off without both of them.
yeah, thankfully Gen Z has done away with a lot of religion, seeing what it has caused, and hopefully with the
Even more thankfully, those of Gen Z who haven't, who are still hardcore religious and hardcore into guns, pretty unlikely they're going to be reproducing.
yeah, because there will be
Just add a caveat: pretty unlikely they're going to be reproducing.
willing female.
With a willing female. Yeah.
There will be females.
Incel behavior is fucked up.
Yeah, there are incel females, unfortunately, which is very odd. They do exist,
Femcells.
but they're a lot more few and far between.
I'm in a femcel group. Their memes are dope.
Sounds interesting. Never heard.
It's interesting. It's pretty much it's just fucked up women
Yeah, that's about right.
posting horny on Maine usually.
Ugh, gross.
Yeah. None of them. They're like, dude, like none of them are ever pretty either.
No, they never are. But the thing is,
They're always like, I don't understand why no one wants to date me. It's like, well, you're 300 pounds and you look like shit. Fucking take care of yourself, man.
like it's not hard to take care of yourself because, like the latest thing I went and I discovered was 30 minutes on a treadmill at a 15% incline at a 3 miles per hour speed burns.
That's a hike.
It's not actually that bad.
Yeah.
But
I'm saying that's a light hike.
yeah, but that 30 minutes burns 400 calories.
Yeah, man.
And like, are you gonna work up a sweat? Absolutely. Is it rough, like running for 10 minutes? Not at all. I was texting you most of the time I was doing that.
Yeah, I can't really like run anymore. My knees are hella fucked.
Well, that's the thing is I don't like to run because it's bad on the knees, and I don't want to fuck up my knees. But doing that absolutely is fine. It's not stressful on the knees. Like you're not really jogging. You're not even jogging. You're just light walking up a hill. So but it does a lot because you're doing that. You're going and stabilizing yourself, basically centering yourself. So you're working out your core. You're working out your legs. The numbers say about 500%, which I don't know if that's true or not. I'm gonna say probably not, but even so, I know it does work out your legs a lot more. But it's just overall a lot better, more of a full body workout than doing like a regular flat surface run.
Yeah.
So, but
I'll bear that in mind.
it is possible to get into shape without basically going balls to the wall. Hiring a gym trainer like.
Yeah, bro, you ain't gotta do a Rocky training montage. You could just start fucking walking.
Start walking, start eating a little better, start managing what you eat, drink less.
Stop drinking soda, he said, with a Dr. Pepper in his hand. That's different, though. I mean, I'm not in, like, great shape, but also I'm not obese.
Yeah.
For, like, the 11 sodas I drink a day,
So, yeah, there's definitely ways to get into shape, and being out of shape definitely does put you in a lot worse mental state.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So, I mean, hopefully people that watch this, kind of even if you are a strong gun advocate, take into mind what we are saying with an open thing, because like before I
It's to the point now where you're like, I like guns more than I like kids being alive, and it's like that's a real unpopular stance, my man.
yeah,
That's
so it's like I understand, you know, having a passion, because obviously I have a passion for cars, but thankfully my cars have never killed me driving a car has never killed anybody.
They say like the same shit too, you know. How easy would it be for them to, especially with like the way fucking Teslas and hybrids and shit accelerate now and shit, and how much they weigh. Like,
Yes.
those things are fucking dangerous. So they're as dangerous or more than a Hellcat. And like, you could just go fucking buy one of those. You don't need a special license. You just need a license, which is easy as shit to get.
Yeah.
And you can be 16 years old and just go buy a fucking Hellcat.
Which is absolutely ridiculous.
If you have the money.
That is another thing I don't like, especially because electric cars are so quiet that you wouldn't even hear it coming until it was too late.
Yeah. It's a video of the dude jumping the Tesla in the hills in like somewhere in California or something. Like that thing didn't make a sound till it hit the fucking ground.
Yep. Yeah.
Like
there's no real moving parts really. So.
Yeah, it's. I don't know.
Yeah.
Which I would definitely be more in favor of more legislation to make it more difficult for people without like specialized training to possess what we could label as like a high capacity dangerous assault engine.
Yeah, basically encourage
should
smaller displacement engines that are limited to.
Not even that. I would just think we need like, we have classes of license obviously for operating different kinds of machinery, but that's usually to do with weight and size. I would like it to also do with horsepower and torque and top speeds.
Anybody can modify their car with a bolt-on turbo, and
that's true.
That's why it is another thing that it would be nice if we like this. Obviously, making the driver's license harder to obtain, like other countries do, where it's hard to obtain and expensive. Like,
oh, dude, Finland's got it down pat. There's a reason they produce so many fucking awesome drivers out of that country.
Finland, Germany, Japan, but
not so much Japan.
But they do drive. I would say they're safer because they're slower. So it's just they don't know speed. So I would say
slow is safe
sometimes. But it also ties into all three of those countries having a really good public transportation system,
which we do not have. We abandoned that a long time ago after World War II, when we were like, this Hitler guy was onto something with these autobahns, and now we have the interstate highway system.
Yes. So if we had a better public transportation
for
system,
commerce.
So like trains and I wouldn't even say buses and not taxis at all, but like
I'd say even kind of we do buses better than some places, because like, dude, how long has Greyhound been around?
That's true.
I don't know what a Greyhound ticket from like New York to LA costs, but I know it's nowhere near as much as a flight.
Yeah.
Let's look that shit up. Let me back on your stream here. Greyhound, New York to LA.
$184.
Shit, dude, that's fucking. If you only got like a backpack of shit and you need to get somewhere, like, that's a fucking deal, my man.
And like, yeah, it's 3 days, but like that's pretty damn good.
Well, yeah, it's a goddamn 3-day drive, man. This country's big as shit.
Yeah. So it's definitely very nice.
I'd make the argument it's too big.
Yeah, it definitely feels too big, especially with how much open it is. We could definitely, with how open it is too, though, we could definitely utilize some of that land for trains.
Oh, absolutely.
But we'd have to do a lot of hump a lot of money into it, and politicians aren't willing to do that. Because every politician is bought and paid for by a company. So if it's not,
they all act like they've got so much damn power, but then as soon as they get the chance to actually do anything, they're so fucking afraid to lose, favoritism in the public eye. They're afraid to actually do anything, and that's how we end up with nothing getting fucking done in this country for so long.
Yes, I mean that's how Texas has ended up the way it is, which I'm sorry to people.
Term limits. I want
Yeah.
term limits for every member of government. Every single one.
Term limits, basically inability to do anything with the stock market.
Yeah. Have you been the
basically,
postmaster general for 6 years? Well, too bad, motherfucker. Find a new job.
I would say age limits as well, because
Absolutely, dude.
because people are too old or too inept.
You can't be bordering senility and pissing yourself in diapers and stay in public office. That's just fucking
making ideas, basically setting standards for the United States.
You can't have antiquated ideas and be in a position of power, man.
And then I would even say
That's for trouble.
I would even say bi-yearly audits. While that does sound a bit excessive, we have to look at the fact that people go
So every 2 years?
No, every 6 months.
Yeah, every 6 months, dude. Not so much like a State of the Union address, but like a State of the Union audit. Like, okay, what have you done?
Yeah, like
what did you say you were gonna do, and what have you done?
And I would say go and make it so that the people that audit are not even are paid for by us. Like, we pay a foreign country, like say Britain or whatever, and they pay them. That way that audit team has zero influence by us. Like, they just pay to do their job, and Britain pays them.
Oh, dude, there's a world of financial counsel available in like Switzerland who could easily audit the books of any branch of the American government.
That sort of thing, because
they'd be really good at it too.
It has been shown just how often that we go and we have someone that audits, but then we pay them under the table to basically be like, hey, yeah, we just need you to nix a few of these items.
Yeah. We have to trim the fat.
Yeah, but that's a whole nother thing. That was basically all I had though for the gun thing, which I hope it gets somewhere. We'll see. The other speaking of the Teslas though, you did remind me of what I talked about the automated emergency braking.
Yeah, that doesn't always work.
So there are actually videos from the last 6 months, which I'm not going to go on YouTube and look around, but
there's videos from a couple years ago of I think a Lexus that allegedly had that just crashing right the fuck into the back of a truck during testing. And they're like, oh, still got some bugs to work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Even 6 months ago, they had multiple cars with it, and they tested the perpendicular test, where basically the car was driving perpendicular, and every single car failed the perpendicular test.
That's a front overlap hit too. That's the most dangerous kind.
Where you're hitting either the passenger side directly or the driver's side directly. T-boning them.
Well, you're hitting not directly, not fully head on. You're meeting at a weird, not weird angle, but at a weird just azimuth of approach there.
But yeah, they've even shown
gonna
here.
Kick shit sideways.
I can tell this one that the car is probably gonna fail. So they've failed the civilian test or citizen test, and then they've also failed just bicyclists. Now, the National Highway Traffic Safety Association, NHTSA,
I'm familiar with them.
They were pushing for this to basically be a voluntary thing in 2016, and a lot of car companies have started doing it. Now, is it the best? Obviously not, because even now it's still not the best. But oh god, it's hot. But now they're trying to push for, I think it's 2026, so I think it's a decade later, for mandatory on new cars.
That'd be something.
The main thing is that one, we're still having these issues, so it's going to be untried and untested kind of stuff. But two, the main thing with the NHTSA, that they just had a big bumble. NHTSA was that the head resigned over management issues. So they had where basically the head of the whole agency went, I think it was audited if I remember correctly, and failed the audit or something of that nature. So him being forced to resign just a week after announcing that whole thing is kind of really confusing. So we'll see how this goes. While I see it to be a possibility for good, the intentions are just. I don't see it
Yeah,
being
you had good intentions. I don't see it working very well though.
No. Also, it's only going to make cars more expensive, and already people are getting priced out of buying a new car.
I'll never buy a new car. That's personal
Well,
choice.
yeah,
though.
that's personal choice. But I mean, the
Yeah.
people that don't like cars, they just see them as tools. But the amount
This
of
is an
technology
appliance.
that is forced on a new car with backup cameras and lidar and like all that kind of like fancy tech that has
You
to be
don't
on.
need all that shit. All you need is to pay fucking attention while you're driving.
And the automated parallel parking, like you don't need all that, but it's the government requires that to be built in for safety reasons, which makes car prices go up because obviously it's very
Yeah.
new technology, so it's very costly, and they have to do a lot of testing to do it, which increases the cost. So it makes new cars a lot harder to buy, and it's just a bigger financial decision for people, which
I think we went entirely in the wrong direction in terms of cars with connectivity with mobile phones. I feel like we should have went the opposite direction since the beginning.
would
You get in that car, you get in that car, I don't want your phone to auto connect and sync and Bluetooth your music. I want that you get in a car, I want that fucking phone to not even work inside that car.
I
Be like, hey, can you call me? Like I can, I'm in the car. Yeah, it's fucking
Yeah,
fucking
it
thing. It's a
definitely
big
would.
paperweight inside the car. Yeah.
It definitely goes and using your cell phone is definitely a huge factor into people crashing cars because it definitely takes
Yeah.
a good percentage of your mindset off the road and just your surroundings and onto whatever
Yeah.
text you're probably receiving.
Yeah. I know I sound like a boomer saying that, but like, holy shit, dude, there are some fucking retarded kids out there doing dumb
Yes.
shit in cars on TikTok. It's
Yeah,
like,
and that's the
dude,
thing is if you're trying to shoot a video, your
Yeah.
focus is going on making sure the video gets what you want it to see and
Yeah.
not on that.
it's like, dude, I don't want anybody to get hurt, but when I see shit like that, I'm like, man, I kind of hope they die. You know, it's like,
But yeah, so I don't know. There's a lot that needs to, even with this, like we went the wrong way with focusing on automatic parallel parking because yes, I can parallel park. The amount of times I've had to parallel park in my life, so
like two times in my life I've had to parallel park.
2 or 3,
Yeah.
and it's just not ever that big a necessity. That honestly, like if I had parked 2 blocks away, I would have just gotten regular parking. Would have been
Yeah.
fine. Like just a little bit walking. Like oh man, not a big deal.
And backup cameras and shit too. It's like, does the Raptor have one? Sure. Like, do I use it? I've used it like once when backing up to hook up to a trailer because it's really good for that.
Yeah,
But
that's not
backing in the driveway every day, like you live with me and rode with me
Yeah.
when I drove the truck. Like I don't use it to back into a spot. I've been backing into spots since I was like 14.
Yeah, it's a
Like,
skill
I'm
that people
pretty good
should
at it.
learn how to do,
Yeah.
not rely on technology. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's also
technology's not going to save us. It's going to be our downfall.
because it's also one more thing that can go wrong on a car, and when it does, it's going to be a costly
Yeah.
fix.
Every time you add a feature, you just added a failure point.
So there's just a lot that needs to change, which I don't
So much.
I don't see us going that way, unfortunately. So, but we'll have to see because I mean,
Well, if history's taught us anything about life in general, it's that things are going to get worse before they ever get better. So,
yeah. Which I mean, hopefully we're at that worst point for.
hey, buddy, I know it's bad, but it's going to get way worse. I love that meme. That meme's
Too true.
always so poignant. Always so poignant.
So, but yeah, that was pretty much all I had. Just because.
Yeah, I didn't really have anything. It's been
Just because. Yeah, like I do have the next
Yeah.
2 weeks off, so we can record a lot.
hails to the yeah.
But those were all the things that really happened in the last week, really, because I know that we are like Warehouse Project is primarily doing video gaming and car stuff, but like big things like that are kind of important as well. Which I mean,
Oh,
really-
things that affect the automotive industry are definitely important to us,
Yeah.
especially
Oh,
considering
yeah.
our business plan is to build replicas of
Yeah.
famous cars as kit cars that you can buy for, a fraction of the cost of the real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's why I'm super happy about the low volume manufacturer laws that
Yes.
got passed a couple years last year,
Yeah,
this
I
year.
think it was
I don't know.
last year.
Yeah, but that's an awesome thing. I love that. That's great.
It's fantastic. Helps us out. Yeah, the only other
Yeah.
thing I could think of is if you want to talk about the documents that just got leaked. Well, not leaked, released. I should say. 'Cause, yeah, they weren't leaked. They were publicly released, so they're public domain. Anybody can look them up. About
I was gonna say, what got posted on War Thunder now?
no, it was politics.
Yeah.
If you want.
What the? I don't even know what the. I don't watch TV or the news. Like I watch things on the TV, but usually they're YouTube videos or old
So-
TV shows.
The case against Donald Trump that basically.
Oh yeah, he didn't he leak classified documents or something?
Yes, and
Or he just mishandled them.
He entirely mishandled them and then got caught not only declaring he had them, but then lying to his lawyer saying he had no more, but then they found a ton more.
You should never lie to your lawyer or your doctor.
So basically, the thing that happened was he went and got found out, and his lawyer was like, "Look, you need to give everything back that you have." So
Yeah, hasn't he been indicted?
he is currently being undergoing trial as we speak. It is very possibly a repeat of January 6th because he has went to Twitter and basically posted the address of where he's getting his trial at and said that he needs the American people to come defend him.
This man's not helping himself. If anything, he's gonna add charges. He's just
for
inciting violence.
Yep, inciting violence, inciting a coup, very many things.
He's fucking psycho, dude.
Oh yeah,
He's another one who's old enough now that he's got to be senile.
yeah, and like
It was different. It was different. Like growing up in the '90s, 2000s. It's just like, oh yeah, Donald Trump. Yeah, he's born rich. He's basically just a con man with a TV show. And then now it's
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, that dude became president. What the fuck?
oh yeah,
If anything, his entire presidency exposed how idiotic our fucking system
yeah, how
of
it doesn't
elected officials is. This shit ain't working anymore, man. Probably hasn't worked for a long time.
No, the whole two-party system doesn't work. We need to.
So we need some new shit.
We need age limits on every single position. But yeah, so going back onto that though so his lawyer went and said you need to give everything back. So he went and he gave a couple things back and said that's all I have. But then what he ended up doing was he ended up having people at his Mar-a-Lago estate
That's fucking
move all the
country
files
club in Florida.
move all the files to a different room, and then his lawyer said, "Yes, I'm going to come check just to make sure for your safety that you have done due diligence, turned everything in." So he went and that night he went and called his lawyer and said, "Look, are you planning to come tomorrow?" And his lawyer's like, "Yes, I am, as we discussed." So he went and he moved the files one more time, and then when the lawyer showed up, basically went and checked room to room. He found a couple, and then it's like, okay, well, this is everything. And then he went and they basically made a inventory of what was returned, and then handed to. Gosh, what is the name of it? One sec. To find the name.
Attorney General?
No, it was an organization.
Like a 3-letter agency?
No. God. Hold on. Give me 30 seconds.
Timing you.
That's fine.
You had 25 left. $20. I'm not timing you. I don't care.
National Archives Records Administration.
Nah.
They cross-referenced everything that was missing with everything that was returned and noticed that a huge chunk of it was not returned. So then they went and they pushed for a full investigation, and basically they went and checked the surveillance video cameras of Mar-a-Lago and discovered that a lot of boxes were moved onto Donald Trump's private jet along with Donald Trump and then flown to a different location. And
Probably Epstein Island.
no, they basically tracked his flight, because you can do that. They went and tracked his flight.
Yeah.
And then they found a lot more files, which were from various classifications from confidential to top secret, which for people that don't know, top secret is, I will actually show you what the definition of top secret is, because I know you and me know.
Exceptionally grave damage to national security.
God, you spoiled it.
Yeah. Top secret. That the orange one.
This one. Exceptionally grave damage to national interest organizations or individuals. It is basically not including but not limited to our nuclear secrets, all of our special programs, everything that has to do with any spying that we do, any of that and more, was just left out in the open. And it was actually photographed that some of the boxes were so loaded up, like on top of each other, that they had fallen over, and top secret documents were littered on the floor, just for anybody to see. And then not including another photograph that they took, where a room was filled to the brim, like a hoarder style, of boxes of documents of these various classifications, but there was also a printer in there.
Oh.
And then now gets into the, why does he have a printer in the same room of some of our most classified information?
Well, he been copying shit.
And then we don't know what he did with it. So it's a very most likely cut and dry case if everything goes, as the law should, because...
Yeah, but I mean, they didn't lock Hillary up. They're not going to actually lock him up. Probably going to fine him.
Yeah.
That'll be that.
Unfortunately. Yeah, so... And just so everyone's aware, I don't actually vote either side, because they're all the same fucking case. The president's just a farce. In this case, he's just an idiot.
I have never voted for anything.
Because it's all...
I'll never will. I'll never vote for anything ever.
Because it's all retarded. A president's just a figurehead for other people.
There's no fucking point in taking part.
Yeah. So, between that and then Lauren Boebert admitting to entering a conference room, or it's just a conference room, but I say it's a classified room basically where they go and where you are verbally given classified information, but you are not allowed to take notes. And she admitted and even showed to all of her viewers on live TV that she went and basically was given the information, left the office, copied down that information on a piece of paper, and then proceeded to then show it to, I think it was Fox News or one of those news channels.
That's dumb as hell, man.
And
I watch fucking... You've probably seen at least one of his channels. Fucking Simon Whistler has a bunch of channels, but he does like Decoding the Unknown and fucking like Casual Criminalist and stuff, which is a true crime one. And he's got like, he sells these notebooks now of like these rules he made up for criminals. He's like, number 1, don't write down your crimes. Number 2, don't talk about your crimes.
Simon Whistler?
Simon Whistler, yeah. He's got like 11 YouTube channels, dude.
Jesus.
That man's busy. But yeah, I love the Casual Criminalist. This would be the point in the story where he's like, Jesus Christ, man, don't talk about your crimes. Don't talk about your crimes on national fucking TV to an audience. Like,
but that's the thing is, they don't think what they're doing is actually a crime. They think that they're outsmarting the system, and it's...
I am a truther, and I am speaking for the real America and all the real Americans who watch my show. Okay, well, you're going to real prison for committing actual crimes.
Yeah, it's the fact that they think they're the main character in reality, so they don't think that anything bad will ever happen to them.
Yeah.
So
Dude, main character syndrome.
it's
That
very
is
dangerous.
type that shit into Google. I bet main character syndrome is actually a thing
It
that's
is.
already been like clinically diagnosed by people. I was about to say like that shit needs to be investigated. That's a thing. Let me full screen this shit. Main character syndrome. Go all. Well, it's up across TikTok. That doesn't mean it's real.
I mean,
Business Insider.
like it's on a lot of different things. Women's Health, Psychology Today. Like it's on a bunch of things. Like it is a thing that people, I don't know if it's.
I think this is some shit like psychologists need to start actually studying.
Yeah, well,
It's like-
it's like a
for sure.
narcissism.
Oh.
things.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know what it is? It's just narcissism. That's just all it is.
Yeah, it's narcissism with a few other things.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Me myself, having been like a diet narcissist most of my life and trying to like be in recovery of that, the past couple years, like that's frightening how many people exhibit symptoms.
yeah, and get into positions of power.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't like to do too much because I don't want to like fucking politics, but it is a pretty big thing. Like even if you, I don't follow the news because it really following the news just makes you miserable. But even I still heard enough that I was like, that's kind of intriguing. So I got interested and I kind of did a little bit of what I could find. Obviously, what I find might be flawed because I'm only human, and obviously I don't spend hours to go and jot it down and become a fucking professor of that certain topic. So if I'm wrong,
I don't have hours to do anything anymore.
No, like I work 13, 14 hours, 3 or 4 days a week. Like I don't have time. I'm tired. Like yeah, I have time off now, but I'm gonna spend it not thinking about anything that makes me sad or depressed.
Don't think about anything that causes me displeasure. Like why would I fixate on some shit that makes me unhappy? That's not cool. Yeah.
You can't fix anything with politics. Like
I've just turned off from the world.
Yeah.
The larger world at whole. I turned off from that shit a long time ago. I was like, nothing I can do about this.
Yeah. So
Bloop. Turned off.
Anything focus on things we can change. Having hobbies.
There's very little things going on in America today that affect my daily life. So I mean, yeah, pretty easy for me to become disconnected from.
Yeah, as a
the cultural zeitgeist. It's got nothing to fucking do with me.
Yeah, as a white male, we are definitely. It is definitely nice to be out of most of the major plot points that are happening in America.
Not only that, but like as a rapidly approaching middle age, we'll say still young, laid back white guy with like no particular ideology and no desire to have one. Like I couldn't be less affected by anything going on today than probably anybody else.
It's just I don't know. Everything will make you very sad, so you just gotta find things that make you happy and focus on them, because otherwise you're gonna be miserable and then you're gonna end up with depression and then it's gonna spiral out of control, and that is.
Then you're gonna shoot up a school with a gun you bought the same day.
Yeah.
Shit's fucked up.
Trying not to go there, but yeah, basically it's so yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything to end on a happy note. I mean, right now I'm kind of waiting on the Hyundai Vision. I'm still hopeful that it'll end up looking kind of cool, but as we all know,
I hope
really do.
Yeah, I hope it will look like the concept, but I know that it probably won't.
Because that looks really fucking cool. Like that's cyberpunk as shit.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. One of the engineers whose videos I watch on YouTube recently said this shit. I don't want to say I know that it probably won't. I believe that it probably won't, because if you know something but you can't prove it, then you don't know it. You just believe it. Or if you know it but you can't explain it, then you don't actually know that. You just believe that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to hope, but I know it won't. I mean, if the body shape is even reminiscent, I would probably end up buying a crash car and then, making it actually.
Maybe someday down the line. Yeah.
because like
Or just even, you know what? Honestly, that whole greenhouse and roof line looks an awful lot like a Chevy Monza, like a '76 Chevy Monza. That roof
like-
line.
it actually looks pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Because like there's this and the other one I really like, which was in a Forza Horizon, was the Tamo Racimo. I really liked. Just because
Did that ever become a real car, or was that?
no, they went bankrupt because it was I believe Indian.
Oh yeah, India's economy is super
'Cause that's the
crazy
thing,
right
it
now.
was if for their price to America's, it was basically gonna cost like 25-30 grand, which is pretty fucking good for a car like that, like with
Yeah, it's neat. I wouldn't pay that much for one, but it's neat.
oh, I'd buy one. I'd pay that much for like not that much, but I'd pay for one as a wrecked one and like fix it up, like because I don't really want a clean title on any of my cars.
I don't need it. Yeah.
But like, it's very minimalistic. Like, I find it neat, but like, yeah, it never got made. I think they made one obviously, but I don't think they made any more than that. And I don't even know where this one ended up. Probably some fucking guy's shed to be found 30 years from now. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I don't think there's any other car news right now that I've seen. Basically, just kind of waiting on a lot of shit. Like,
Yeah.
my suspension came in, but I had to wait for what's his face to go and get free time to fit me in. So, and I think,
Oh, yeah,
I think
yeah.
now that he knows I bought a turbo, or I am buying a turbo. He was gonna wait to install the suspension until he can do that and the turbo. So.
Yeah, doing both same time.
Yeah. So, and then
Ideally, though, he should do the suspension as soon as he can now, and then wait, and then when he's installing the turbo down the line. Oh, excuse me, I keep burping. He would check and retorque all the suspension because it has a tendency to loosen back up once the car's been driven a while.
yeah,
But anyway, yeah, I don't have a happy note to end on.
yeah. I mean, it's just a bunch of waiting.
I got more Swedish Fish vape juice.
Oh, nice.
And I have a B in class right now. I'm doing pretty good in school. So yeah.
Hell yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, drivetrain. Tomorrow I gotta finish getting my differential back together. It's the differential itself, the carrier and everything are back in the third member. I just gotta get preload and backlash set on the gears, and then use the overhead crane to get that fucker back in the axle, and then yeah. Sorry, axle housing, but yeah. And then I'll be done, and hopefully I'll be graded on that. And it's like, yeah. Cool, I'm still doing well. I don't want to do this as a job though. I've already decided.
Yeah.
I always kind of shied away from like being a professional mechanic for like long periods of time because I was like, this is like my hobby and what I enjoy doing. And when you take something you love and you make it your job, you can come to hate it.
Yeah.
And I never wanted to hate cars
Yeah.
or like working on them. But matter of factly, I actually do hate working on other people's gross pieces of shit.
Yeah.
I don't mind working on my gross piece of shit. It's my fault it's that way. I deserve that. But like, yeah.
Yeah, no, and I've seen like some of the Reddits. I've shown you pictures of like people's cars they bring into the shop, and they're absolutely disgusting.
Oh yeah, dude. Like in my world, the way I grew up and was raised, like if you had a death trap that was disgusting, like it was your responsibility to fix that thing. You didn't take that to a shop. You wouldn't do that to a mechanic.
Yeah, no.
You wouldn't put that evil on someone else to handle your mess. You fix that shit.
Yeah, like you made it. It's your design. Fucking get a
Yeah.
trash bag and throw it all out. Not hard.
So it was super weird to me to like be in the Navy when I was and like take the Escalade to like get the diffs rebuilt or like take the Raptor to like have work done to it. It was like, this is like the first time I don't have like a death trap that I can like let someone else work on. It's just like a normal vehicle. It's like totally okay to like take to a shop. This is crazy. I've never had this before. Yeah. But yeah, man, I feel like that was a good podcast. I guess I'll see if the other Cooch boys are still awake. I'll hop in there and chat with them for
Yeah, I
maybe
think
20
they're
minutes,
still
but
on.
it's almost midnight, bro.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to sleep for school tomorrow.
Hell yeah. Good luck, fam. Hopefully, you can have you had any luck with what you? I remember you had talked about doing something different. Any luck with looking into the research for that?
Going back to a little bit like what we talked about earlier, when I'm like, man, being a detective would be like cool. It seems like something I think I'd be good at. Like, you know what I'd love to be is like a crash scene investigator. I feel like with my understanding of like vehicles and also, you know, target motion analysis and geometry and shit, like I feel like I could get into this and be pretty good at this, but I have realistically no idea like where the fuck do you even go to school to do this, you know? Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
You'd have to. That'd be a little bit of googling and maybe talking to various people. Because I mean, I'm assuming they'd work with either insurance companies or cops.
Most of what I've found and then looking into it is like they work with cops, and I'm like, I don't want to be a cop. That's just not a popular thing to be, man.
Yeah, no, not anymore. But I mean, that's the thing. You have to see if you are a cop or you work
Yeah, if I'm just like a contractor who like,
officially.
dude, if I was just like a contractor who consulted insurance agencies, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
You have to do a little bit more research, unfortunately. See what you can find, but
And I will do.
take your time. Like you're getting some money for going to these classes, so
That I am.
and hopefully it's giving you maybe a little bit of experience. And I mean, you've done this all before, but like it's just a nice refresher to knock rust off.
Yeah,
So
I'm enjoying it.
that's good. That's good. That's the main thing. Is as long as you're. I know you don't want to do it as a job, but even now is like you don't have to do it. Mindlessly every day for years on end for 20 years. Like
Yeah, I just gotta do it for a little while,
yeah. So
and then we're gonna move.
exactly. Yeah.
Can't wait to leave Washington, bro. I hate this state. It rained most of the day today. It rained most of the weekend, I think. Fucking hate rain. I don't mind it every now and then. I used to like rain because it didn't happen very often. But when we got here and it happened all the time, I was like, wow, this shit sucks.
Oh yeah, no. Like I had my air conditioning on before I left for work today, and for some reason, someone else like mentioned to me. I was like, yeah, no, it was the same for me. But they drove from basically Kadena through Awase, where I live, and then to work. And they're like, yeah, when I left, it was dry. I entered Awase, it was pouring, and then I left Awase and it was done. And I was like, yeah, no, it was weird.
Yeah.
Like I left my house,
Cloud burst.
and it literally felt like it was so humid. Like it had to have been like 95% humidity because I could literally like breathe in just pure water vapor. It was so humid and thick.
Just drove through above ground ocean.
Yeah, it was absolutely terrible. So like once I got out, I would say it just stopped. It was absolutely, the road was completely dry. I was like, I fucking hate this place. But yeah,
All right, but hang in there.
yeah, you as well, fam. You as well. Have a good day at school tomorrow.
I will certainly try. You have a good day tomorrow doing whatever you're doing.
Yeah,
you
we
get
can-
some sleep as well. You've been awake as long as I have, at least.
Yeah, almost 24 hours.
Yeah. It's too long.
Oh yeah, but yeah, we'll play some games tomorrow. So we have
Hell yeah.
games to play. So go get some
Shit,
sleep,
yeah,
bud.
buddy.
Talk to you tomorrow, fam.
See you.
Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye.